Good morning, folks. Ken Ring of www.predictweather.com. Hey, it's the 30th of June, the last day of the month, and the sun has moved into Cancer since we last spoke, which is the furthest north for the northern hemisphere and the furthest south in the year that it gets for the southern hemisphere. And the moon is in Aquarius, making its way north, although it's still in our southern hemisphere here, and it's also waning after the full moon, which was a few days ago, and so those lunar energies are going downwards because in our sky in the south here the moon is descending day by day as it's going north, making it an ideal time for pruning if you're a gardener. That's what you want. You want the descending moon and you want the waning moon at the same time. The moon stays in Aquarius until halfway through tomorrow, which is the first day of July. Aquarius, for the moon passing through it, is traditionally a cooler moon sign, and this time of the moon can bring windy conditions, hail and thunderstorms and changeable weather. That's the potential there for it. Some places have just had that and have just come out of it, but other places, might grind into that. That's the trend. So this should all change tomorrow when the moon goes into apogee and becomes more settled. So just a few notes about July for New Zealand, Australia and Ireland. By the way, we have a very extensive report just made available, and it's on the website. It's called the New Zealand Report for Winter and Beyond, and that takes you right through to December. And if you're a New Zealand farmer, that'll give you all you want to know about trends that are coming up. But July in New Zealand, mostly dry for the first fortnight, and then everything goes belly up, basically. If you've got outdoor things that you need to get done, I'd recommend that you do them over the next 2 weeks. As for Australia, going through the states very quickly. Queensland, I think, quite dry and sunny. New South Wales and ACT dry, but Sydney, you may have a wetter than average month, especially over the first 10 days. And of that, even just getting into the beginning of the second week. Victoria, you may be average, but Melbourne, I think, slightly drier than average this time. Adelaide, I think, round average. In Western Australia, the north should be very dry, and the south pretty well on average. And Perth, you could have a wet month as well. Darwin should be dry and sunny all month, and Tasmania, I think, wetter in the north, but in the centre and the southern regions, average rain. And Hobart rain, that should be on average. And thirdly, to Ireland, well, I think you're having quite a cloudy July with only short bursts of sunshine. Most regions, most counties should have mainly dry weather until July's second week. So what I'm saying, I know Ireland gets a lot of drizzly rain. I'm talking about storm systems, not local sort of gloom. It's the second week. It's round the new moon that I'm expecting a rain system to come, which will bring heavy falls and some flooding. Those falls will be overnight because there's a fairly powerful perigee around the mid-month, and a perigee, of course, is when the moon comes the closest to the earth for the month. Now, out of that, the south and the east may get most rain, and then there's more rain for just about everybody in the last week of July around the full moon, which is the 26th. But yep, those mid-month rains, they're going to be the heaviest. The warmest part of July in Ireland, I think, will be in the last week, because that's when your full moon is going to be in proximity with the southern declination, which is what we've just had over the last week or so, and that always brings the warmest temperatures in the month. So thanks for watching, everybody. Hope I see you tomorrow.